Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode, slightly later than planned due to a few technical difficulties I'm still trying to work to resolve, we are bringing you a list all built around everyone's favourite brain chicken, and that is Tipu. So for the list itself, we've got the man himself over here, or the creature itself I suppose I should say. We've gone for a captain as Extilior. There's actually quite a few captains that work well with Tipu. I think Astra works well with the refreshing abilities. We've got Zax that works quite well, using the grav disc to move a little bit easier. We've got Gardener Zhou for the increased movement speed as well. And Zuna can protect him, so all of them actually work quite well with Tipu. But this is the list we've gone with. We've got one drop here, it's Stitch McPatchy. I want to try a few lists where, if I'm just doing a fun list, I don't want to run Maximus and Deadeye every single game. So I'm trying to do something a little bit different. We've got Savria here to put a little bit of a shield on him, keep him safe. We've got Drum Dancer Talali to give him pummel, attack twice, get that extra damage through. We've got Torian Guardian to protect him. We've got Nekahall to return him to the bridge and restore all of his health. We've got Snareling as a bit of a utility piece and lock things down so that we can close that gap and get Tipu into the fray even. We've got Aegis Defense Dome, just keep him alive, keep him safe, all we need to do. Jailbreak fills the same role as Snareling, just a little bit of a frontline version rather than a backline, and Quetzali for just refreshing movement over and over again. The reason I picked Extilior is because a lot of the things that work well with Tipu also work well with Extilior, like Drum Dancer Tali and Quetzali and things like that, so I thought it was worth giving a shot. And here we go. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly subscribe. And if you want to, you can join us at the Patreon description down below to support the channel. Hopefully I'm going to have another bit of exclusive Patreon content out this week, so keep an eye out for that if you are one of the Patreons. You're very much appreciated. But for now, I'll see you once we get in the game. Okay, we have found ourselves a game. We're against Fox, playing, oh dear, Gardener Zhou. I'm not sure how well this is going to go with Tipu. If he can just block us out with the vines over and over again, Tipu might never get to do anything. It's very possible. I had games before where I was playing Zax. In fact, on this map, my opponent had a Tipu just in this little sort of section there, and I kept using Grav Disc to pull it back, placing a mine just far enough out that it blocked him, but he still had to move to get in there, and then Grav Disc him back every single turn. To be honest, it can be quite brutal. Now the first thing I want to do is just move as aggressively forward as possible. We're going to deploy our... Actually, I don't think we even want to deploy Stitchy. I think we'd rather just deploy Savria next turn or Drum Dancer and then go straight into deploying Tipu as early as we can. So this is going to be a different approach. I normally just want to spend my Cinder immediately... so my leadership turn 1 every time. But I'm going to try something a little bit different and see if we can just get that different gameplay style, that, you know, being a little bit more conservative with our resources early, because we get 1 on turn 1, 3 on turn 3, that's enough to play Tipu, so just playing 1/2 drop. Again, Savria or Drum Dancer depending on what they play and how aggressive we want to be, and I think this could work out well. If they go really aggressive, we can be fine here. Wow, Scattervine. So they're just going to make 2 Scattervines immediately, I assume. Funny enough, we're just going to start running towards this, so that plant's going to exist and do whatever they want to. To be honest, I think I'd probably have rather played another Scattervine instead, but can't deploy the other side. Jailbreak could have been a good choice, but Savria having 10 health here is probably what we want to do. But we don't want it to be on the plant. So we'll Shield of Hope over here. And we'll pass the turn. I think this is tanky enough, and you know, we're going to be able to start chewing through some of these plants fairly quickly. We're also ignoring these objectives. We want to just get into the game as quick as possible, but this might not work out well. If they just deploy a plant here or something like that, we're just going to move away and then move in with this and spin. Like, we'd take a hit, but is that not... Oh, it's not quite touching. Okay, so they've taken that off. They're going to make another plant. I mean, to be honest, if our opponent wants to, they could just start running over here, trying to play the points game. I don't even hate that for them. I think that could be fairly reasonable. Ooh, they're going really aggressive. If they do that, we're just going to swarm whatever this is and play our Tipu the other side. Maybe even ignore the plants so they can't play as many. And just start... Oh my goodness, Tipu just chomping on Scattervines could be hilarious. Okay, it's Maximus, that's fine. That's probably not where I'd have deployed him. I'd have gone a bit safer, but that's fine by me. So, I think we are just going to try and take this out. Oh, when they're flipped they do too. Interesting. So, we're going to shield barrier ourselves here. Just take that hit. We're actually going to hit our own unit here no matter what we do, which is unfortunate. So, oh no, we can't. No, we're not, because we're not spinning anyway. So we'll deal with that. I think we, in fact no, we don't shield or hope anything except the one and only big boy himself. I think we're just doing this. I think we have to just go for it. So Joe has some movement, but not tons, and we can just really start trying to grow Tipu. This may not work. This may be a tragedy, but I'm more than happy to try. Oh god, this is a tragedy. This is awful. So now we have to run Tipu away because we can't get onto. We're in so much trouble. Do you know what? Nekahul's probably the play here. Because Nekahul, we can just return it to the bridge. So I actually think it's Nekahul that we want. Which is so funny to me, because that's such a bad choice normally, but I actually think that's what we want to do. If we can Extilior here, get a good spin, play Nekahul down, and we can ignore... Nekahul's the tech piece versus Turncoat. And also it looks like they may not be attacking me in favour of trying to just steal my units. But we have... yeah, that's it. So we actually don't want to deal with any of those. We'd rather just hit Maximus. We want to leave the plants. So if we hit here...
I am in control.
I think... yeah, so we'll just... I guess we just shield barrier here. Pop here. I mean... we need to come at things from different angles, is the thing. So we need to find ways of getting around. So I'm going to deploy Nekahul over here, just block this route off. We'll bring Sevria in to just... oh, we can't. Sevria's just going to come down here. And we'll get our spin here. And then we're going to play Stitchy down, so... I mean, honestly, it almost feels like Stitchy just goes over there. Like...
I am warning you.
I think Stitchy has to be safer. We're going to lose this on points. I think they're going to successfully gum up our board enough. Who's that the other movement? Oh, it's Tipu. So that's fine. We don't care about them using Turncoat here. Because we're going to just start chewing through things every turn, getting Tipu bigger and bigger. Especially if they leave things in melee range, which they might not do. They might just sneak away. But I think the plant is in melee range.
What are you thinking?
So they're... okay, so they know what they're doing. This is a clever opponent. Good job, Fox. I like the way that they've thought that through. However, I'm not sure... I can never remember if Nekahul can return itself. That's a very interesting idea. I've never really considered that. Also, how we're going to deal with this, I have no idea. We can't get through these. So we need to just start killing the captain, really. So what have we got 4 damage with? Yeah, we can just take out a vine. They can deploy another mine, that's fine. If we can res our own... return our own Nekahul, then this is fine. Like, we need to stop the scoring going mad, but... I mean, I'm okay with it. Yeah, flourish and everything. A flourish, is it? Nourish. Why did I say flourish? Get the growth going, baby. Oh, it can't be used on itself. That's a real shame. So, what that does mean, with 5 attack here... is there a way out, is the question. Like, that's what I want to figure out. Is there...
We must do this.
So, for instance, if we just... spin here. Okay, let's see what we can do.
I will have retribution.
This lets us get out, I believe. We're going to send ourselves over here and just clear some of this out. Syringe here. Can we get out of range of things?
I forget nothing.
We'll pop down. We can't quite get where we want. This is awkward. Torian's just going to come down. And I guess slowly. Anything left? No, nothing else we can do here. This is the best we can do. So they've got our Nekahal. And they're going to go probably for Tipu now. But we might have enough damage to push through Tipu if we can. Because they don't have any spare units they could use. So there's a chance that we could just deal with Turncoat. If we can deal with Turncoat, then we're fine. But if we can't, we may just lose. Okay, so if they're doing that, then they're going to go for the Tipu. Although they can probably deploy a plant to keep them safe is the problem.
I can see us being close.
Yeah, so that's locking down Tipu. And if they don't deploy anything in a good position... Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so there's a world where this works. I'm not convinced we're in it. Like, is Tipu in base contact with anything? Dealing with these would be great. But I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Come on, give me something. Let me have just a bit of luck here. Hit it. Hit it. Okay. I mean, this is also good for us. If we can kill Maximus, that works out well. So the most important thing here is, can we get Extilior into range to spin onto that? Because that's literally the only thing that really matters here. So if we come here first...
If they try, they'll fail.
So if we hold move rather than... I think we're just out of range. So let's go with this, see what we can do. So we're down to 3.
Do this.
So we're getting this. Can we get anything else up there is the question. I don't think we can. I think we're just going to straight up lose this to them.
Many courses of action.
So just spin, I guess.
Do what I must.
Okay, the only thing we can do here is just try and push onto them.
Stay close to me. Why was I programmed this way?
So Snareling has to come down because Snareling needs to deal with Tipu. That's basically Snareling's only job now. We're probably going to lose Stitchy, but that's fine. They kind of want that. They're not going to be able to do Torian, sorry, to do Turncoat anymore, because this is going to be the turn where that just dies. We've got a lot of damage on them. We're going to be able to kill it, and there's a very good chance that we're going to be able to just Snareling Tipu if we get good movement, basically. We might be able to just deal with Tipu through keeping him locked up the rest of the game and just push the damage onto the captain. I mean, they could return it. I don't know how that works. Ooh, yeah, they could return Turncoat. But then we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. We've got lethal if they do that. Okay, so if they don't position well here, we've actually just got lethal damage. Oh, is this going to be a jailbreak? It is! Okay, that's cool. So we have to find a way of dealing with jailbreak now, and that's going to be... yeah. Okay, that's Toxoid. I don't think we're out of this. The plant doesn't matter. It's just going to inconvenience us if anything. Interestingly, it probably means we attack here rather than there. But we're going to just... Okay, this is good. Okay, so stuff gets extra health. That's fine. I think we have to just fully
Paradoxes give pause.
embrace the damage. So, I think we have to shield barrier here. Because we need this to live. And then battle frenzy here. So we just take this hit first of all. So just go for the big damage.
Focused
Oh no, because we didn't Sword of Justice. So I guess we just kill that.
Could we throw this in?
Oh my goodness, we didn't need to shield barrier. If we didn't shield barrier, we could have had this. We could have had this down. That's 0%, so we'll go for this. And we're just going to put our own jailbreak in somewhere. Let's go here, so Toxoid can't escape. And then we're going to pop Defense Dome down just on our captain and cover everyone else. I think we've got this. All we need to do is just survive this turn. Toxoid now can't actually damage any of our units. And we've survived having our big Tipu taken. Oh my god.
noble hand. Corruption.
That was such a good game. The funny thing is, Tipu was the deciding factor in that game for a long time, but they just kept walling us up and walling us up, and in the end, Tipu turned traitor, and we were just like, nope, we're just going to turn on the enemy captain. So this is one thing I talk about a lot for Moonbreaker, is figuring out when the right point to turn on the enemy captain is just a really, really important part of the game. Because if you know that, like, right, from now on, everything I do goes straight into them, that can be the big deciding factor whether you win or lose a game, because you're no longer wasting resources that aren't going to win you a game in the long run by taking out units that don't really matter. So there we have it, a list built around Tipu, and as you can tell, things don't always go to plan. I had loads of fun with this list actually. I think this was a really, really great game. It was very unusual. I didn't know where it was going to go, so I'm super happy about that. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, I'll make up some percentage. 912% of you currently aren't subscribed, so hurry up and click that button, because I am a YouTuber and I tell you to. But if you have enjoyed it, go ahead. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and most importantly, have a good day.